Welcome to all my Bad Teddy Bear Strikers out there. Welcome to Bad Teddy Bear Striker series, where we rationalize MMA striking and try to increase our probability of landing our techniques. Welcome to the lead hand series. Alright, let's get into it. Well, since I'm so great at coming up with names, let's call this the lunge cut. The lunge cut is a lead hand lunging uppercut that is super frustrating to deal with because of the weird angles that it's coming from, which makes it super hard to defend. Alright, so rule number one, get into the correct range. If you can touch your opponent's rear hand with your lead hand, that's when you know that you're in the correct range for this technique. Rule number two, set a precedent, meaning to establish a pattern for your opponent to expect or focus on before the actual attack. The best precedent to set for this is the almighty jab. Remember the 3 times rule. Throw the jab with the combination of feints at least 3 times to have them really get hooked on that pattern. Rule number 3, anticipation. At this point, your opponent is already expecting the jab, and you should make sure that you're reading your opponent's reaction to the slightest feints you make with your jab. Alright, then make sure that they bite on it. So rule number 4, position. Assuming that you're close enough to your opponent that you're able to touch their rear hand with your lead hand without getting hit. Your legs needs to be set and ready to execute at this point. Rule number 5, timing, which is the most trickiest to master, but the easiest way to understand when to execute a technique is when you know that your opponent is reacting to the feints and technique that you're throwing, okay? Which at that point it is up to you to exploit those reactions the way you seem fit. Rule number 6, technique. The proper way to execute this technique is to first throw the jab. Now, instead of throwing the jab to your opponent's face, we want to throw the jab to your opponent's rear hand instead. What this does is that it minimizes your opponent's ability to use or counter you with that exact same hand for a split second. The purpose of the jab is to hide your angling. As your jab is retracting from your opponent's palm, you should already be leaning and have 60% of your weight on your lead leg, and your head should slightly be outside of your opponent's ribs. Once you're in the perfect position, you're going to push off with your lead leg. You want to fully push past your opponent while your lead uppercut splits beneath your opponent's guard as your body continues to pass them. This makes it harder for your opponent to counter or find you after the attack. And rule number 7, speed. Alright ninjas, once you guys have gotten enough practice, put some speed on that and make your opponent wish they never stepped in that ring or cage with you. So there we have it. If you guys like the content, consider subscribing, hit that like button and comment your thoughts below. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bad Teddy Bear, out.